there any psychological profile of a rapist? What are some signs that someone might become a rapist? Signs like we can recognize those signs and we can stop them from becoming a rapist in future.
Yes, there is no such psychological profile of a rapist. As I've mentioned earlier, rapists are not born, they are made from the home.
She has tweeted something. All men are potential rapists. So do you agree with this?
What do you think rape is? Rape is a violence that is done to a person without their consent, right? So only very few cases are coming out. We also have marital rapes.
Right.
No one wants to talk.
A few guys have done rape of a lizard, like monitor lizard. So like how can a man think of such act? Like
Yes. I don't think so. It's a normal behavior. First thing, I think now it's not only with the lizard you have mentioned. There are a lot of things. I think recently they have tried to rape a cow who is already pregnant. And recently I have seen a video. A man was trying to rape a bumper, the car bumper. So I think these are the behavior. A crime happens only because you're not mentally stable. Now I am very much angry. I'm very much furious with the other person. Now I kill. Then I realized that I have committed such a crime. To every single girl, out of 10 girls, at least 8 girls have encountered abuse from the family itself. Either it might be father, grandfather, uncle, brother, or whoever it is.
लड़कियों की नाम में भी हाँ होती है. And like it is all about consent, but they don't understand. Like they promote it in that way कि like अगर वो तुमसे प्यार करती है तो वो जरूर पलटेगी. Like
Yes,
that,
such
like
things,
हाँ, those signs are like not real. We all understand, but the thing is that I think people also get influence from those kind of movies.
Yes. When a girl is smiling, it's a sign. When girl is saying no, that means it's a yes. I think when she's saying no, that means it's no. It doesn't mean that she's giving you an invitation to do whatever you're willing to do it. Either it's your partner or your wife. You can't expect that it's an invitation. Now, I messaged you on Instagram. That doesn't mean that I want to date you. So consent is basically a permission. It's very much important for the guy and the girl to take consent from the particular partner. Are you okay? Are you comfortable me doing this? So if a girl is or the guy is saying yes, I'm comfortable, then you should move forward. If a person is saying no, that means it's a no. You can't expect it. No means the opposite reaction is yes. That means she's willing to do it. Now, if you are just kissing your partner and if you want to take the next step, I think at that time also you need to ask for permission rather than, now she allowed me to kiss, so it's okay for me to go further also. I would say it's not only guys' fault. I think it's somewhere women's fault as well. They accept everything initially and later on they come and say that he forced on me. But it's your body, right?
Hello everyone, this is Arif Khan and today we are going to talk about the psychology of a rapist. In today's episode, we have our guest Shivani, who is a psychologist and a behavior therapist. She has conducted a lot of workshops in schools and colleges to create awareness about mental health related issues. She has her own clinic, Little Warrior Child Development Center, which is located in Hyderabad at Himatnagar. Hi Shivani, welcome to our podcast.
Hi Arif, thanks for inviting me for the podcast.
What causes someone to become a rapist?
It's very difficult to understand where they're exactly coming from and why they even commit such crime. When they even know that they're going to be punished. But especially in India, I think a rapist is free to move and do whatever he's willing to do. But according to me, what I believe is, do you know like rapists are different? We have different types of rapists. Or do you think there is only one person, like only one kind of a rapist?
Maybe they are different types.
Yeah. So there are different types of rapists, and it depends on what kind of a rape or the sex they are trying to commit. Now there are few people who have a lot of issues that have been related to the childhood. Now where we are always conditioned that male have to be dominant enough, or where few girls constantly reject a guy. They try to keep everything in their mind, and they are so insecure that they decide themselves that we are not liked or loved by anyone. So in such cases, they try to attempt a crime where they are making themselves satisfied that I can do anything, and woman is deserved to be quiet and go through everything possible. So I think a rapist has a trauma that has been carried from the childhood. I think a person is not born as a rapist. I feel that a person is made a rapist because of his situations or the circumstances. Now there are few people only concentrate on one particular kind of girls, who reject only them. They try to attempt such crime to satisfy their needs because they are rejected by the other people, and they try to project that we are able to do anything. Even though you reject, I can do anything what I want. and there are other set of people who have different wishes, who have different, I want the girl to scream, I want the girl to, ask for help, and I want to show her that she is not capable of anything and I can do everything possible. I think such people, they have been developed by seeing whatever is happening at home, like where the father is very abusive towards the wife, and they see and they feel very helpless. So what they understand from this is, they understand that okay, it is fine to, abuse a woman, it is fine to abuse a mother, it is fine to abuse a sister. I think now these days there is no particular way where a person is trying to commit on the outsiders. I think rape only happens with a very close circle that you are already know them, but you can't expect that the person tries to commit such things. So we have different types of people. One who have like wishes, a violent behavior that they want to do it, so they do it, and that's when they form into such people. So there are like different types.
Is there any psychological profile of a rapist?
So again, there is no such psychological profile of a rapist. As I've mentioned earlier, rapists are not born, they are made from the home. Now we have to teach every individual person, not only women. Now we teach women saying that, you dress very short clothes, that's why, people try to attempt. Now I think it's important that we respect every individual choice, their sense of dressing, and we have to teach every guy and every girl how to respect individual choice, rather than just, disrespecting their choices. And psychological profile, I think they are learned from very beginning. When they are kids only, they have learned. Now you have seen lot of, I have seen lot of interviews. Now the interviewer asks the person like, why do rapes happen? There are people who, say such things that makes me feel that, is it even true? Now they are people who have said that rapists are formed because they are illiterate. So do you agree to this point?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. So I think it has nothing to do with the education system. I think it's everything to do about your discipline, your manners, to respect other people. I think these all are things have to be taught from the home itself. Now when you're constantly showing your kid that a man can do everything possible and woman is only restricted to the house, or whenever we hit her or abuse her, she's not supposed to raise her voice. So when the kid sees all of this, they go through a lot of trauma, and that's when they try to become. So again, in that there are two people. One who sees all of this and try to be like, I don't want to be such person. There are other kind of people who sees and they feel that it's okay to do it if the other people are rejecting him rather than respecting their choice. So there is no such profile. I think it's all happens with the behavior pattern they are developing.
I have seen one interview. I think she's an actress, but she has tweeted something regarding this. Ki like all men's are potential rapists. So do you agree with this?
See, I don't agree to this one. Like, I think sex is a natural thing. Everyone have to do at one certain point of the time. So when you know it, then why do you commit a rape? Like, are you getting, you get married and you have to, the next step is that one. So when we all are educated and aware that there is such thing gonna happen, then why do we commit such crimes? So I think not all men are potential rapists. I think there are only few. I think that is everything to do with their psychological behavior, not with something, they learned that behavior to do it. So I don't think so. I would not agree to that point.
What are some signs that someone might become a rapist?
Yeah.
Like early signs, like we can recognize those signs and we can stop them from becoming a rapist in future.
Yes. So first thing, as I've mentioned earlier, I would like to say, now there are few people who always say that लड़कियों छोटे कपड़े पहनते हैं इसीलिए ऐसा होता है आपके साथ, एंड लड़कियां हंसते हैं दूसरों को देख के इसीलिए इट्स अ साइन फॉर द गाइज टू कमिट सच क्राइम्स. But I feel that it's responsibility of two individuals. It's responsibility of a girl and responsibility of a guy. Now, most of the time, what happens when we go on the roads, when we walk, there are other people who pass comments, and we be like very quiet. Let him comment. Or there are few people who react. I think whenever they are commenting on you or whenever they are trying to say anything to you, I think it's the first sign that we have to react immediately. It should not be like आप लड़की हो, so they are commenting, so just leave it and not make a big deal out of it. Now we can't wait until the rape to happen. Now when they are passing such comments also, you have to react immediately. You should make sure that the strict action is taken against the particular person. So these are the certain things where we have to implement and learn. And coming to signs, I don't think so there are any signs that have been projected in a person that he is a rapist or something. I think if there are such signs, it would have been easier for us to identify and keep distance with a particular person. So I don't think so they project such signs. But I believe most of the people who are narcissistic personality, who are not empathetic, who are coming from a very toxic family, very dominant family, that's when they try to commit rape. And what do you think rape is? Rape is a violence that is done to a person without their consent, right? So only very few cases are coming out. We also have marital rapes.
Right.
No one wants to talk about it.
Yeah.
We are only talking about few things that are coming outside, that are shown in the media, but there are plenty of crimes that are happening every single day. So I think we have to raise our voice, not only for one particular thing that is projected on the social media. We have to take step for every single thing.
Few years ago, we have seen one case. A few guys have done rape of a lizard, like monitor lizard. So like, how can a man think of such act? Like,
I don't think so. It's a normal behavior. First thing, I think now it's not only with the lizard you have mentioned. There are a lot of things. I think recently they have tried to rape a cow who is already pregnant. And recently I have seen a video. A man was trying to rape a bumper, the car bumper. So I think these are the behaviors. First of all, I don't understand when such a crime is going on, why the other people are trying to record. Now you record and put it on the social media, you will not get justice. You have to catch hold the person and understand why he had to do it. So we exactly don't know why people are developing this way. I feel that it's only the toxicity that have been induced in their life throughout. And that's when a person decides that now see, a crime happens only because you're not mentally stable. Now I am very much angry. I'm very much furious with the other person. Now I kill, then I realize that I have committed such a crime. But during that particular emotion, I don't understand that I want to kill or not. So same with the person who doesn't understand why it is happening. They just want the violence to happen and they want to show themselves that we are dominant. We can do everything and anything possible. That's when such cases occur.
how does society influence the behavior of the rapist?
People who are educated enough, people who are not educated enough, constantly saying that because of girl, the way they are dressing, that's why men are committing crimes. A girl is smiling, that's why people are trying to. A girl is not supposed to work after 9 at night. So I think these are the certain myths that I believe. Once you stop all of this, that's when you will try to change. When you constantly saying it, no. And I also heard an interview. The other person was telling she wears short clothes, so that means she's inviting us to commit rape. So I think it's her fault wearing such clothes. I think, don't you think it's your fault seeing her in that way? So now we have seen a very similar case that's happening where worldwide knows. She's a doctor. I think she's fully dressed. So I think there is. So I don't think so. It's about doctor. It's about anyone here or there. Even 3 years girl is also encountering such crimes. So it's nothing about dress. I think it's only about the people who see you with that intention. So I think even that's happening in the families which we are not aware. Now if you talk to every single girl, out of 10 girls, at least 8 girls have encountered abuse from the family itself. Either it might be father, grandfather, uncle, brother, or whoever it is. I think these all have to be stopped.
And I think movies also like motivate people. Like they give us content such as लड़कियों की नाम में भी हाँ होती है, and like it is all about consent, but they don't understand, like they promote it in that way कि like अगर वो तुमसे प्यार करती है तो वो जरूर पलटेगी, like
Yeah,
that,
such
like
things.
हाँ, those like those signs are like not real, we all understand, but the thing is that I think people also get influenced from those kind of movies.
Yes. I think whenever you're watching movies, you need to understand it's just an entertainment. It is nothing related to your real life. So we get carried away with all of that with so much. And I think, as you've mentioned the point, when a girl is smiling, it's a sign. When girl is saying no, that means it's a yes. I think when she's saying no, that means it's no. It doesn't mean that she's giving you an invitation to do whatever you're willing to do it. Either it's your partner or your wife, your sister, whoever it is. If it's a no, it's a no, that's it. You can't expect it's like an invitation. I think even, I think again, as you said, movies are also giving. I feel that it's our perception. That's how we are perceiving. I think when now you see it in a different context, I see it in a different context. So don't you think it depends on our perception, that how we are perceiving? So I think
Right.
that plays a major role.
Can we change the mindset of a rapist by doing therapy or something?
Therapy only works until an individual is willing to change. That is the first point. Now, I feel once a person have committed rape, he should be punished. I don't think so. We should try to console him, try to give him another chance. We can change with the therapist, but we need to understand where he's coming from. Now, if you give a chance for him to send to a therapy, now everyone will commit the crime and everyone will be in a queue that, let's give him a therapy. So I think it's a crime that has to be punished, not that has to be, try to solve it. So now recently, I think in Delhi case, a minor was there who was like labeled that he's not mentally stable. I think law is also somewhere is not justified. It's not equal. I think even when a person is like, when you give the death sentence, I don't think so. You have to ask the last wish. So when it's a crime, it's a crime. That's it. You don't have to have an explanation, or the crime need not be justified. So I think a therapy will definitely help, but only when a person is being very bad and just passing comments instead of committing rape. At that time, I think therapy would help him to understand how and why you have to respect an individual. But I think let's not send a particular person for the therapy, is my opinion again. So because again, everyone will start. I'll do the crime and I'll just be in the queue for the therapy. So I don't think so that would be helpful.
How do rapists justify their actions?
I'm not mentally stable, or I'm under alcohol, or I'm under drug. I didn't knew that I was doing it. So you could have did anything, no? Why only rape? You could have gone onto the mountain and fall from there. Why only rape? So I think it is not justified in any way. I think that we have to stop. Why in other countries it's not increasing every single day? Why it's only increasing in our country? Because of the punishment. Now the law have to bring certain things where a person should not even think of harming someone. If you have that fear, then the crimes will automatically stop. Why after Delhi case there are a lot of, like Hyderabad also, there was this veterinary doctor who got raped. And I think again in Kolkata, after Kolkata also, who was marching to for the event, the one girl also got raped. Because they don't have fear at all. They just feel that my actions are justified. The government is not going to do anything. They're simply going to put me behind the bars, and that's it. After 10 or 20 years I'll be back. So that's it. I think a crime need not be justified. That's why we have a law. When it is wrong, we are there to punish. When you're giving an excuse, what is the point of a law? So I think it should not be justified in any way.
What is consent and why is it important to take consent?
Consent is a permission in a very simpler terms. Now, if you want to eat your friend lunch or snacks, you ask, "Can I have it?" You will simply not go and snatch the particular snack. And if your friend is saying no, you'll just back out, or you will force that I want the snack. So, consent is basically a permission. So when you want, now in any relationship possible, it's very much important for the guy and the girl to take consent from the particular partner. Are you okay? Are you comfortable me doing this? So if a girl is, or the guy is saying yes, I'm comfortable, then you should move forward. If a person is saying no, that means it's a no. You can't expect it. No means the opposite reaction is yes. That means she is willing to do it. Now, if you are just kissing your partner, and if you want to take the next step, I think at that time also you need to ask for permission, rather than now she allowed me to kiss, so it's okay for me to go further also. So it is not like that. So you need to understand your partner is comfortable or not. And I think so even in any marriage also, like the husband or the wife need to ask permission before doing any such things. ऐसा नहीं है कि the marriage is the license that you can do whatever you want with the partner. This is not the way. You have to teach everyone possible that you need to ask permission, you need to ask consent. If they are comfortable, then you should go further. If they are not comfortable, they are saying no, then it should be no. Now you can't give people will come with an excuses. I was drunk, so I was not aware, I didn't knew that I was doing it, so I thought it is okay for you. Yeah, I know that I am your partner. Now you're not allowing me. That means you're not in a relationship with me. You're just, doing time pass and all. I think that is not it. If your partner is not comfortable, they will say no, and it's your responsibility to simply accept it and not force your partner. So consent plays a very major role.
Usually what happen is like people they take for it for granted, and
That's
they
true.
think ki, like she's giving hints, and asking verbally is something like they feel ki, Arey, what, why should I ask like a small kid, they think in that way. So is it important to take a verbal consent?
It is very much important. Until or unless you don't communicate, then you can't expect, the other person will understand. I would say it's not only guys' fault. I think it's somewhere women's fault as well. They accept everything initially, and later on they come and say that he forced on me. But it's your body, right? It's your responsibility, right, to protect yourself. Why your partner or someone else will protect you? When you are not protecting, you can't expect the other person. I have seen that these are also increasing way too much these days. The girl gets drink, she will accept everything. Once she comes into her conscious, she's like, how can he do it? He tried to, abuse me. He tried to, commit rape. So all of this, I think it's our responsibility to protect ourselves. So now girls are using as like, you have play the woman card. So I think that's very much very bad. We are educated, we know what is right, what is wrong. When you are doing such things, no, the men are scared these days more comparative to women. Very recent case where a woman get drunk and she was going with her friends. Later she filed a complaint saying that I was raped by my friends. But when it came to the limelight, it was not that they didn't even rape her, they didn't do anything. It's just that she wanted to see how people are going to react or something. So I think this is not something you have to have fun with. Now we are aware there are a lot of things happening like this. So now obviously, as we coming from India, no one will believe a man. Now if I stand and say that he is teasing me, we will accept and we will try to hit this person. We will not accept that she is lying or not. That's how we all are conditioned. So I think it's high time, let's not, justify I'm a woman, I can do anything and I can play a woman card, and a man is only doing crimes. It's not like that. I think we all need to be aware and take stand for right. That's when we will go forward and try to avoid such crimes in future.
What are the signs that someone is not giving consent?
If a person is saying no, that means no. You can't expect that it's an invitation. Now I messaged you on Instagram, that doesn't mean that I want to date you. So
Right.
it's a simple thing. Now we go and spread rumors that she replied me, she messaged me, that means she have something towards me. Again, those people go and circulate to other people. So I think when she or he replied, that means it's just a message. You can't expect it to be something else. So I think right now we are friends with, everyone, like guys, and now people are coming that you can't be friends with the guys, you can't be friends with the girls. I think it's okay to be friend with anyone, and the sign is no, I'm not comfortable. Everyone have to verbally communicate. Now girls expect that if I'm saying no, he have to understand. Now if I'm angry and I'm saying that I'm not angry, I expect you that you have to understand that I'm angry. So I
Right.
think communicate. No, if you're angry, just tell him that yes, I'm angry. He is not a person or he is not a magician who will understand in and out how you're feeling, why you're feeling. So you can't
Right.
expect. So girls are also like, I will say no, that means he'll understand. Communicate, no, I'm not comfortable. No, I don't want to do this. I think no is the sign. Communicate properly. If you're communicating and understanding, I think half of the problems will be solved right then and there.
Right.
Yeah.
I think silence is also no.
Yes, silence is also no. But see, again, not everyone will understand. Now few people feel shy to say no, even though they want it to happen.
Right.
So I think communication is the only thing. Now silence, as I've mentioned, I'll be silent, I'll let the other person do whatever you want. Again, after later on stages, I just react because I didn't know how to react. So you can't expect other persons for his actions. So I think communication is the only thing. Even if you're silent, again people perceive it in a different way. So I think that would lead to a problem.
How can we challenge harmful stereotypes about consent?
I think both should take consent. It's not like only girls have to take consent and boys are not supposed to take consent. I think boys should also do it. Again, there is something, if a boy is not comfortable to say the consent, he somewhere feels that he is not a guy. So I think this have to be avoided. So don't say that you are not a guy, you are not a girl. Don't pass such comments. Just respect an individual choice. If he is not comfortable to take this further, then that's fine. No? We have other options. We need to understand that he is not comfortable or he might need some time. So just giving them enough time and making them we are understanding where they are coming from would actually help us.
How can we create a culture of consent in our community?
See, now again in society, after a lot of crimes, no, still we are saying that women have to be safe. So girls don't do this. Girls don't work after 9. Why? Teach your girls, no, to take stand for yourself. How long we are going to protect? How long we are going to ask girls to stay back? So I think educate everyone possible. Teach your sons, teach your brothers, teach your husbands, teach your partner, teach everyone from the family that respect every woman possible. I think there was this famous reel who was doing this skit where they will be discussing about the Kolkata case. So he says that how sad, even we got independence, we are still not able to celebrate because such crimes are happening. Both the friends are discussing. So he'll be saying that after independence, why are we still struggling? So he says to his friend, and there was a girl passes through, and the person who was talking lot about the independence and everything, he started commenting on the girl. So the his friend says that this is where we are lacking. Independence and all up bol rahe hai na, your actions shows a lot. I think some or the other way we all are concerned that rapes ho rahe hai, but back in the mind we are always projecting lot of negativity towards the other partners. So that has to be completely avoided. And consent घर से ही start होता है. Teach your kids that respect both the individuals. Don't teach only your guys to respect women. Teach your girls also to respect the guys. So I think when we respect each other, now we say that India is a equality country. We all are equal. I don't think so. We all are equal. We are still lacking somewhere. Teach your girls to protect yourself. Teach your guys to respect women. So I think we all have to teach in the school, at home, and at work culture. Respect each other. I think that would make a lot of things easy.
How can we support the survival of sexual assault or a rape victim?
First of all, it's an inbuilt trauma. It's gonna take a lot of. It's not only with the rape cases. Now, as I've mentioned, every other girl goes through abuse that happens from the family itself. So that itself only creates a lot of trauma for every girl. So I think instead of developing the trauma, fight back, punish that particular person. No matter he's your uncle, he's your friend, he's your partner, doesn't justify. A crime is a crime. Crime doesn't have anything to do with your relationship. This has to start from the beginning itself. And I understand, I think there is no solution until or unless woman is accepted and willing to move forward. But as a society, never bring the topic again with her, never discuss about it with her. Just show that she's brave. She could she did a lot more and she's surviving. Just support her in every possible way. It doesn't mean that you need to show sympathy that बिचारी ऐसा हुआ आपके साथ, now who will marry you, now there is no future, there is no life, nothing. This is all rubbish. So let's not say that she can't do anything by herself. I think as a society, as a family, respect her choice and just encourage her to do everything and anything possible. That will build her confidence and it will be easy for her to move on quickly in life.
What role a man can play in promoting gender equality and preventing from sexual assault?
My opinion is everything starts from the home itself. Now most of the people say that आपको बच्ची हुआ है, that's so sad. Now when you will get her married, now she is aged, now she's done with her job, now let's send her to, let's get her married and all of this. I think there is nothing with the girl age. She have her own dreams, she wants to succeed in her life, she wants to make her parents feel proud. I think very few fathers actually support women, and there are, like, out of 100 only 99% fathers are against. To be very honest, हम जितना भी बोल लेंगे that I made my daughter educate so much, she's well settled and all, but at the end you're telling her that don't go at night, be careful, आप लड़के के साथ friendship मत करो, because we never know what are they. So I think you should allow an individual to do whatever they want, but as a male, either father, brother, or partner, just be there behind them. Tell her that no matter what, I'm always there to protect you. No matter what. This have to be taught in every family. That's when you will realize, okay, it's not her responsibility, it's also my responsibility. Now there are few people, when it comes to your sister, you get a lot of aggression, you revert back. But when you are doing same with the other girl, aren't you aware that even she is the sister or mother to someone else? So we all have to educate ourselves. An education is a constant thing that we all have to do it, upgrade ourselves, respect their choice. Now we also say that especially to the girls, don't laugh, it's a sign. I think that happened with me. Whenever I used to laugh on the roads, my mother, she has a concern, as they come from a different generation. Don't laugh, they are looking at you. Even my friends also, when we are laughing, don't laugh, don't do this. Now when you're doing something, be careful, how is your dress, is something visible or something. So you have to be conscious when you're sitting, when you're talking. Now when you're applying makeup also, now if you apply too much of makeup and apply a red lipstick, that is also a sign. I think this all are nonsense. Now let's respect. Now if you feel that her laughing is a sign to you, teach her it's not a sign for you, it's her happiness. And I think that's our choice. Now everywhere you want to control how to sit, how to laugh, how to talk. What is the point that she's leading a life of her own? You are the one who is always controlling. I think male, a father, teach your girl that you can do everything, you don't have any restrictions. When someone is commenting, revert back, don't call me, don't send me live location when you are in the Uber. Understand how to protect yourself. When you are understanding how to protect yourself, now you call your father or you send a live location, do you think they will just be there in a second or so? The crime will be already committed. So you should teach her how to protect yourself, how to be smart. Now in such cases, no, the immediate reaction a woman shows is, I'm scared, I don't know what to do. In that pressure, she don't understand how to react. Why are you even in pressure? Now if you see a snake, the immediate reaction is to run. We have to react, we have to protect ourselves. No one is going to come back, no one will protect you 24/7. It's your responsibility to protect yourself, and it's our responsibility to teach everyone, not only male, female also, everyone. We need to educate, protect, respect each other. So that is one thing.
That's it for this episode, guys. Hope you all liked this episode. And if you did, please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thank you so much, Shivani, for coming and giving us your time.
Thanks, Arif, it means a lot.